adjust well last night to what the Giants were doing the whole game.
And let's give them two other things. Now, I got it confused because I thought the question was the other field goal. You certainly can make an argument
on the 4th and 13 is where the 48-yarder.
You could kick a field goal.
Look, I didn't think he could. I told you right that we discussed that among us in the stands, and I think that told you that Belichick didn't want to punt there. And didn't think the kicker was going to make a 48-yarder, which told you he's got to be a kicker.
Yeah, it's indoors.
And we know the kicker's bad because he cost us money this year.
Vinatieri, so he's a well-known guy. He went for it on 4th and 13. Plus, it sounds like, though, people weren't so sure about it. I asked this morning about that challenge with Bradshaw's fumble at the.
I heard a lot of that.
A lot of people thought that if they would have challenged that, he would have gotten the possession at the 30-yard line.
I got a lot of calls on that last night on my voicemail that should have been challenged. Now, this morning when I watched all the highlights, I did not see that play.
No, nobody showed it.
So they didn't made a big deal out of that play, and I haven't watched the game tape yet. But a lot of people, and Phil left me a message last night. Sims was going to come on and said if he had challenged that, he would have got it. And I don't know, I haven't seen it yet, but a lot of people felt that way, that ball, the Pats reacted like they had the ball.
Right.
And then they said after a long delay, giant ball. Now, that ball's getting pulled and pulled and pulled and pulled, but a lot of people felt that ball was pulled after it was already recovered, and it should have been Patriot ball.
Challenge in the first half there is not a big deal. It's only a timeout. I would have tried it. But, again, those are little nitpicks with Belichick. We'll spend a little time on the devastation of this loss from a New England standpoint. This is an incredible win for the Giants.
This is a great New York City moment.
This is as good as it gets. This is 69, and that's amazing. I was thinking about it last night. The Giants, now listen, the Buffalo game is not as huge as this, but now the Giant fan has had 2 Super Bowl championships. Now, I had the Raven game in between, which left a bitter taste, but he did have 2 Super Bowl championships in the last 17 years where he pulled off a miracle in both games. He pulled off a miracle in both games. He missed a 47-yard field goal with Norwood. Buffalo was probably a better team than the Giants, but the Giants did what they had to do. And last night they played 10 times. Pats probably beat 8. But as it turned out, the Giants won the most important game. So the Giant fan has had 2 of these now in the last 17 years, and that doesn't usually happen.
No, the Giants.
And that's just a tremendous job by the Giants.
The Giants are the 8th team to win. They're the 8th team to win 3 Super Bowls. That puts them in the upper quarter of the league. Okay, so your franchise in the Super Bowl era, they're the upper quarter of the league. There's only 8 franchises that have won 3 or more.
Is that true?
Yes.
Well, San Francisco.
I saw someone report that.
San Francisco, Dallas, the Pats,
yeah,
Pittsburgh.
I didn't add it up, but they said 8 teams have won 3 or more.
Green Bay. Green Bay. That's 5.
Yeah.
Okay.
They said there's 8.
It probably is.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that puts them in the upper quarter of the league. Number 2, the Giants have had a great postseason history. When they get the NFC Championship games, they win them. And that's different from the 50s and the 60s. And they get the Super Bowls 3-1, including 2 enormous defeats. They've played 2 of the great Super Bowls of all time. 25 has always been considered the best played Super Bowl.
And this is going to be dramatic.
And this is going to be since Super Bowl III, this is probably the best upset in the Super Bowl. I mean, this is bigger than I think Pats Rams because of this.
Pats
because of Belichick, because of Brady, and because they're 18-0.
No question about it. It's bigger than the Pats Rams. I couldn't agree with you more. Much bigger. The Rams didn't have the cachet that the Patriots have. This is an unbelievable job of the Giants. I mean, I feel good for Coughlin, who everybody wanted them knocked out of here last year. I killed Manning, so I can't say anything more about him. He's won a championship. He's going on Letterman. He's doing this. That's it. He's J.C. Martin. I mean, not that he's J.C. Martin, but he's
better than that.
Yeah, but
he's bigger than that.
Right, but you know what I'm saying. He's Tommy Agee. He's Ron Sabota. He's any of those things.
He's legendary. Eli will never have to do. Now listen, he's a young man. He's only played 4 years. He's going to be around here forever. But this is Eli's franchise now. He's the toast of the town.
Oh, he is. He can do anything he wants.
Eli can do whatever he wants for the rest of his life. New York will love. When Eli's 60 years old and he comes back to a New York function, he will get a standing ovation. Eli is golden for life.
Oh, he is. And he made a wonderful, typical slapstick, right to play in the dirt, sandlot kind of play on that pass to Tyree.
Now, I'm going to say something crazy to you that I thought of last night. Eli is not Peyton.
No, he's not. No.
But Eli, in his young career, has shown a proficiency to be better late in the game even than Peyton.
He does. He brings his teams back.
Cool late in the game.
He brings his team.
He likes like I was sitting with Levin and sitting with all these guys last night, diehard Giant fans, and I said, hey, well, remember one thing, guys. Eli's, this is what he likes. He's a 2-minute guy.
And I thought the Patriots, now this is a little nitpick. Mike didn't agree with it necessarily when I brought it up last night.
Because I think it was so hard to score, you have to take the score when you can get it.
I understand. But 2:42 to go, first and goal at the 6. They ran 2 incomplete passes. I am myself.
And Tom probably would have used the timeout.
Yeah, he would have let it go to 2-minute warning at least on first down.
He might have used the timeout just to save some of those seconds. Because they wouldn't have, if they had stopped them, they wouldn't have run it again after that. So he would have probably said, you know what, let me save these 40 seconds.
He may have. Yeah. But I would have made them make a move there. Either let it go to 2-minute warning.
And maybe use the timeout.
Well, I would have let him do one of the two things.
You want to run on first down, which is not unfair.
I'm not going to run on second down now, because I understand what Mike is saying. You got to get the touchdown. But remember, they had the field goal. They had the tie.
Yeah, but they want the touchdown.
They want the touchdown, but they know they're not going to lose the game because he's going to make a 15-yard field goal. But I would have thought about that if I was Brady. But they gave Manning too much time.
First down, he went to Moss. He went to Moss on first down, he threw it away. Second down, he went to Welker. And third down, he went back to Moss. You know, and you find out, isn't it true? Don't we always say it? And you say it even more than me. Quarterbacks, when it's nitty-gritty time,
they go to their favorite
one guy. Brady went completely to Moss. He went completely to Burris.
And Morris played well.
I mean, he went. You knew when he get to the end zone, he was going to Burris. I mean, there was any question he was going to go to Burris. Now, Burris caught 2 balls last night.
But he caught the most important one.
But you knew on that late one he was going to go to Burris, just like he went to Moss every time. Late he threw to Moss. And I'll tell you one thing, folks, because it was right in front of me, right on my side. Randy Moss, I'm telling you, if you saw it in slow-mo, he came within an inch of catching that ball. And he would have been on the 11, and he might have even carried the corner.
Well, they had 3 timeouts. He might have called one timeout.
He might have carried the corner into the end zone. He might have carried him into the end zone with that momentum. He almost caught that ball.
I'd like to see that play again.
Full out. I was on about the 25. He was on about the 11 or 12. Here it is. He almost catches this ball here about the 20. I'm telling you, it was on my side. You watch. This ball is, I'm telling you, I thought as it came down, it was going to be in his hands. Look at that. Look at that. The ball, I'm telling you, I thought he was going to catch it when it was coming down.
That's the first good look I've gotten out of it, Mike. Good job there.
I saw there, though, that he would not have scored.
He would not have scored.
But they had timeouts, and they would at least had the field goal and maybe a touchdown.
They would have. And I give Morse credit because from what I was told, Morse after the game, boy, that is close.
Look at that. Look at that, dog.
That is close.
Look at that. He's almost got the ball.
Very close. And I hear Morse after the game was very good to the Giants. Hey, listen.
Very good. I saw him. Very good. Very gracious.
Morse came across well this week. Yeah, Brady did a great job.
Yes.
Morse came across, and I know it's crazy and nobody wants to hear it. The amazing thing about Brady, when he got the sack off the Giant touchdown with 25 seconds to go, his butt wasn't on the ground. And he was signaling timeout to Mike Carey. I admired Brady in this game.
Alfred hit him so hard on that play.
Yeah.
Lifted him off the ground and just squashed him. But before he went down, he was
calling out timeout.
Yeah, he was.
All right, Mike and I have plenty to do today. Let's watch this again. Watch this, Mike. He is getting...
And he got just pounded.
I mean,
there is.
No, well, not as quick as I thought, but he did get it out. He did.
Watch him. Look at the hit he takes. Oh.
They could not block.
He took a...
No, they couldn't block.
You know how many times he got knocked down? 19.
He took a beating. We'll get some of that in. We'll get your calls in and continue. Gatorade for Mink, Sports Radio 66.
Well, Coach Tom Coughlin addressing the media one last time at Super Bowl 42. The Giants are champs, and the coach talked about the final drive. It was Eli Manning directing the Giants to the win after Tom Brady had put New England in the end zone.
Now he's got it deep inside. He masks it very, very well. And so his development has been very, very steady. I mean, you all know he's had great games. I mean, I don't know how anybody who saw the Philadelphia game at the beginning of the season a year ago could... Wow.
And that seemed to be the key word after the game last night. Wow.
And quite frankly, Eli plays very, very well in that circumstance, the no huddle, the 2-minute rule. He does a great job with that. So his development has been very steady. You know, there have been some games that have not been what he or I would have wanted, but he comes right back and applies himself again.
And last night it resulted in a dramatic win. Devils hockey on the Fan tonight. Devils against the Penguins in Newark. Our coverage at 6:50. Knicks are in action tonight home to the Clippers. And this report brought to you by the Office Depot. Stressed about taxes? Well, Office Depot can help. Hurry in now through February 9th for TurboTax Deluxe with state software on sale, $37.99 after the $7 mail-in savings. Office Depot taking care of business. With reports every 20 minutes. This is John Minko, WFAN 2020 Sports.